Hello everybody, welcome to Northern Card Gaming. My name is Andrew Brown and this is Theory Card episode 5 where we try and make decks work in the standard format. And this week it's a strange little deck that came out of Crimson Invasion that probably has fallen by the wayside quite a bit, but I want to see if I can try and make it work because it's more of a pet project, because these are my 3 favourite Pokemon, probably the Regis, my favourite legendaries in the game. The Regis, of course, came in the Hoenn in Generation 3, and they all got new cards in the newest set of Crimson Invasion in November. So basically, we're going to go through how the deck works, how does it actually mechanically function, what possible cards can you put in, what important cards there is, and what techs, and also, of course, its weaknesses. Can the deck work? Well, we'll try our best to figure it out. So how does the deck work? Well, we're going to be using obviously the 3 different Regis, and there's a card later on I'll talk about which makes this possible. The first one is the best Regi, and that is Registeel. It has the attack turbo arm for 30 and for 1 metal energy, does 30 damage, and basically does the old Yveltal attack, which is attach a basic energy from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. Basic energy, not just metal or dark or lightning and all that sort of cards. It is just any energy, which is pretty cool. The second attack is Iron Hand for 3 energy, 2 metal, and a colorless for 90. And this is where the synergy of the different Regis come in, because this one is this one says if Regice on your bench, heal 30. So it's a bit more tanky. You start healing damage off if Registeel is staying alive, which is pretty good. And also 90 is quite a good number to hit, because with Choice Band it becomes 120. So you're constantly accelerating energy with your Registeels. You're using Iron Hand to get a bit more damage, and also this means you've got continuous energy acceleration. Helps the whole deck run. It means they're powering up different attackers. Make it good bulky and can make it bulky and make it deal the good damage as a second attack. And obviously 130 is really good at the minute, because most decks are, especially when it comes to Glycopod, Zoroark, you're hitting 120 like Kukui. So, or even if they don't play Kukui, they're hitting for 120, hitting for 150 once in the game. So 130 is quite a good ability, but this is the main one that works off. The other ones, of course, are more support Regis, and we'll look into them now. Regirock, this one is pretty good, I think. It's definitely the second best one. Regice is the worst, but this is the second best. Has the ability Rock Peak Growl, and basically it, just like how Regirock EX does a 10 extra damage for fighting, this one allows your Registeel's attacks to do 10 more damage to your active Pokemon, which is pretty cool. That means if you had 2 Regis, you'd probably be playing 2 to 3 Regirocks, but if you had 2 Regirocks, that means your Turbo Arms now are doing 50 instead of just 30. That's pretty damn good, because it means you're hitting a lot better numbers, especially if whenever it comes you got Choice Band to that. That means you're doing 80 for 1 energy on GX, which is not bad. Regirock's good for that. And also, because there's so much Zoroark, you can then use its attack Tough Swing, with 2 fighting and a colors for 110, meaning you're knocking out a Zoroark completely without any sort of damage helping by Choice Band or anything. You're knocking out cleanly, which is pretty damn good. And this attack isn't affected by resistance. So if you're facing against something that has 110 HP but resists fighting, you can knock it out. So this could actually knock out a old Shaman EX from Roaring Skies. But this is quite a good Regi. As you can see, increases Regirock's damage by the ability, and the ability stacks, meaning you have multiple out and do more damage. Take out important family Pokemon like Zoroark, and of course still has that important 130 HP. Next up is the last Regice. It has an ability called Iceberg Shield. If you have Regirock in play, prevent all effective attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Stage 2's Pokemon. It's not a good ability at all. All decks play Lele, so it can get around this instantly. So really, you're only playing this as a water attacker, and it has the attack Frost Smash for a clean 70. You use water double colorless. With Choice Band, it can knock out it can knock out the Volcanion stuff and also Salazzles. So that's why you're playing it. You're not playing for the ability, you're playing it for the fact it can knock out the water. And obviously you can see how it works. This deck, you've got 3 different types. Metal, you've got fighting, and you've got water. That's pretty cool to be able to have those 3 different types. But luckily, along with Regice, and all Regis, as basics, we have Fate's Collide Mew. Muse 50 HP, of course, has Memories of Dawn ability, meaning you can use the attacks of any of your basic Pokemon in play, but you need the energy to use it. Has Encounter, which is basically a pre-Vulpix version. The Encounter, basically, that's search for decks for Pokemon. It's got 50 HP, so that's not very good. But it does give you another type to use, which is obviously the lovely Psychic type, which can affect like Espeon GX if you see that, or Espeon EX if you're playing that, if they somehow get that. It gives you another type to use, and it also means that you can have a lot of different basics and then just use Mew as your main attacker, which is not bad. It's also another non-EX, which is always very, very good. But Mew helps us tie this deck together. And the important cards to use, I think, because the deck will be mainly playing Metal, just because of Reggie Steel. Also, you'll be playing really one type of energy, and you'll be seeing why, because just you need to be able to just have the consistency of one energy type. It's hard to have multiples. That's why we're lucky we got a good type and do special energy and Swim Division to help with. But I think Electric good. Your deck's entirely basic. You're probably playing quite a bit of Metal energy. Get Max Electric, more energy acceleration. It means you can set up more multiple attackers along with Reggie Steel, and that is pretty important, I think. But the card I was talking about loads was this Counter Energy. If you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, and if this card is attached to Pokemon that isn't a Pokemon GX or EX, this card provides every type of energy, but provides 2 energy at a time. So if you go down in prizes, which is very, very often what's going to happen, you'll be able to instantly slap on a Counter Energy and make that Frost Smash work on Reggie Ice, make that attack on Reggie Rock work, and make every attack you've got work. Counter Energy is very, very good for that. The fact that you have a way to be able to kill all these things is very important. This deck runs quite a full 4 of the Counter Energy, so it's important to play Counter Energy, and it's important to know that Counter Energy is very, very good in this deck. It means that you can use the Reggie Rock to kill Zoroarks. It means you can use Reggie Ice to kill those Volcanians. So it ties the whole deck together. Means you can get a lot of work into it. Provides a colorless energy if it's not if you aren't behind in prizes, and it does allow you to make a good comeback. I think Counter Catcher is another card I haven't mentioned it here, but Counter Catcher is another card you could think about playing because this deck will go down in prizes. But Counter Energy is very, very good. Next up, I've got possible techs. The big one here is Cabalion. Its main attack, the Revenge Blast, 30 for more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. So if they go down to 1 prize card, that means you're doing 150, 180 with a choice band. So you're getting a good knockout on a Tapu Lele to be able to take your last 2 prizes, let's say. So Cabalion is maybe an option. I quite like Cabalion. I probably would play it. It's just a nice another option. And of course, if Guardy is it all played, this really helps it. You do have Reggie Steels, of course, but Cabalion's quite a good end game attacker for it. The other one I've got here, possible techs, is Magearna EX, just in case anything that might involve effects of attacks that you want to get rid of. Then Mystic Heart can obviously get that, and everything will have some sort of metal on it, so any ability you have won't be destroyed or taken off. So if you have confusion or anything, you're worried about that sort of stuff, put in a Magearna. Magearna is quite good. I quite like Magearna. I wouldn't probably play it at the minute. It's just a possible tech that you could use in the future. Next up is a debate we're having here. I think you can play either Fury Belt or Choice Bands. I was talking about Choice Band quite a lot in this video, but Fury Belt's another one. I think if it's very GX and EX prevalent, you play Choice Band, and if you're thinking of very non-GX EX, then play Fire and Fury Belt. If it's sort of mixture, you could probably go Fury Belt just for the extra bulk, and the fact that just Fury Belt also it means that your cards are then your Reggie Steels are going to 170 HP, which is pretty cool. But you can also use Choice Band. It's really up to you for your personal preference. I probably would go Fury Belt right at the minute, but Choice Band is also very, very good and means you can get a lot more damage and also helps the numbers quite well. The main weaknesses I've seen with the deck is that I might not hit hard enough. If you're not hitting for weakness, the attacks are a bit underwhelming, and overall it can just not hit enough, and that can be annoying, and that might just turn you off. But there's so many different types in the deck that it actually might work out in your favor because of that. The counter energy can be inconsistent. You could be ahead of prizes. You could be taking prizes. That means your energy is only basically become a plasma energy, just a colorless energy. So you got to be worried about that, and you got to be wary of just the fact that kite energy can not work at times. So that's an issue. But the biggest weakness of this deck really is there might just be better options. I thought this might have been fun to see if we could make it work. The issue I think really with the Regis is that there is clearly more better options. There is Xerneas, there's Greninja, there's a new Garchomp Lucario that's coming out in Ultra Prism. So it's probably just a bit too low. But if you really want to play the Regis, that's why I did this video. Really, I want to play the Regis and see if it works. It's maybe tier 3, maybe tier 4. Very good as a tier 4. But I think you should probably give it a go if you really like the Regis. But thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this nice wee quick wee video about Regibox, whether it works. I think it might one day work. Maybe, I don't know. If there's ever a better Regirock or Regice, maybe, or if there's a better energy that incorporates all three or somehow, I think it might be a better deck overall. Really, you're very reliant on Registeel, so it's really just up to you and how you do it. I think you should give it a try, and if it really does not work, then you can leave it, obviously. But I think the fact there's a fighting type attacker in it, like, inherently is quite good. The fact you've got a metal type attacker is quite good. And the fact you've got a water type attacker to take out people trying to take out the metal stuff from Ultra Prism really helps. And you can also take out the Regirock. So it's got quite a good type coverage, I think, overall. It has water, metal, and fighting. So I have the three main weaknesses at the minute. So I think overall you could give it a try and see if it really does hit the meta. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, it does. So thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you soon. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching.